All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps up the NBA season right there. The freaking Denver Nuggets, NBA champions. First off, I just want to talk about how amazing of a season this was. This honestly was one of my favorite seasons of basketball ever to watch, even though I'm a Timberwolves fan, and every second of that season hurt to watch as a Timberwolves fan. Other than that, everything was so amazing. Everything was super good, hilarious. The parody was great. It was just a really, really good NBA season overall. But, we're not here to talk about the season. We're here to talk about the game. We're here to talk about the finals. We're here to talk about Denver and Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray and everybody else on that squad that are now NBA champions. We'll talk about the game. We'll do a rundown of the game real quick. First off, the refs were just super questionable for like both teams. Honestly, it was very strange. A lot of no calls. Like starting off, like Max Strus had like this one dunk attempt that turned into like a layup. I don't know. It went in, but it wasn't a dunk. And he got fouled. They didn't call, and I just knew from that call, from that no call, that this game was gonna get super interesting when it came to just like, all that stuff. My dog is having a hoot and holler on the floor. I just knew that, by that call alone, I just knew things were about to get super duper interesting when it came to how the refs were gonna let the players play. Bam, undeniably super good throughout that first half, super dominant, just getting buckets at will. Kyle Lowry freaking was going crazy with the threes. I think where the Heat lost this game is, for the longest we saw success in their season come from the role players and just honestly getting that extra pass to get that shot off. And I feel like a lot of the time we saw a lot of ISO heavy playing, and I don't know, honestly, my basketball mind is not fucking amazing, but it could have to do with the fact of how the Denver Nuggets were playing defense on the Heat when it comes to that sort of thing, like Jimmy Butler driving and doing the kick out. But it wasn't, they weren't, it was a lot of ISO heavy moments. Now it did like help, Kyle Lowry just go crazy with those threes, but Jokic is just so unstoppable, and that really showed this game. Like, there's really not an answer for that guy. He's gonna do it every night, man, and he showed it, and that's why he's a champion right now. That's why he just led this team to the championship, and it's just honestly insane. I'm literally watching the ceremony as we speak, but that game was making me super anxious just watching. I mean, and the first half of that game, everybody looked like they hadn't played basketball in freaking years. Like, everybody was freaking dog. I don't know what was happening. No one was making shots for the first 4 minutes of the game. The score was 5-4. Towards the fourth quarter, before the fourth quarter, in the fourth quarter, I think things started really turning up in that 5-minute stretch at the end. KCP made a crazy three with 4 minutes left, and then Jimmy answered back with a three-pointer, and then he made another three-pointer. Then he missed a three-pointer, but he got the three-point foul, so he made those 3 free throws, and then the game was right back, to what it was. And then towards the last seconds of the game, they're raising up the trophy right now. The last minute of that game, there was a play where Miami had a chance to put up, back up the lead by 1, and Jimmy Butler goes in for a drive, and then he gets double teamed. And the first thing you want to say to that play is Jimmy Butler just turned over the ball, made a stupid pass. But when you watch the play, you see Jimmy Butler go in, and he gets doubled by Jokic, and this man Bam is just standing right behind Jokic instead of trying to move around for an open pass or something, and it just clutters Jimmy Butler. He had an open drive. He could have taken Jamal Murray to the cup, but Jokic was there for the double team, and Bam didn't know where to go. He could not read that double. It was really bad, which led to KCP getting that steal, which led to KCP making those free throws, which pretty much iced the game for them. I'm pretty sure Jokic will win Finals MVP. I'm literally watching right now. I can't really tell, but come on, if it's no debate, dude. That the Nikola Jokic. It's crazy to think this Nugget squad is so young. Jokic is like 28. Gordon's 27. Murray's 26. It's like, dude, this squad's going to be good for a while, man. This is going to be super, 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 super sick. This team is going to be really, really good for years to come. Now that they're champions, you know, Jokic, all time, dude, center, I got him at least top 8. I wouldn't put him over Moses Malone just yet because Moses Malone had a really decorated career, but I don't know, man. I see him over Patrick Ewing all time after this chip, and I just don't see him slowing down. Even if he doesn't win another championship again, I feel like his career is just going to be full of just that dominance. Yeah, dude. And it's so nice to see someone who growing up was also like as big as I was, and now this guy is just like the best basketball player in the world. It's truly insane. This is now for the Miami Heat, you know, this is a fucking tough loss, but you know, as an A seed that wasn't projected to do much, this is a super successful season. Now, as a Miami Heat fan, it probably hurts to see them lose 2 finals within 3 years. That does suck, but you know, they had a really good season. It's going to be very interesting what they do. I don't know if they're going to keep the squad or if they want to trade people now that their value is super high after all these playoffs, like Caleb Martin or Gabe Vincent. I don't really know what their contract situations are looking like. And honestly, if the Miami Heat were to have won this game, I don't think it would have changed much. I feel like the Nuggets would have came back and won the next game or the game after that, because Denver started off with like 8 turnovers within that first quarter, and Miami had a substantial lead going into the half. They kept it around like 5 to 10 points throughout the whole first half, and then had a 10-point lead, I think, going into the second half. And I think this man Jokic just won Finals MVP. So yep, Jokic is Finals MVP. I mean, bro, the Nuggets are champions, dude. They were doubted a lot of the season. I am a huge Jokic fan, and I really did think that, like, before the whole Kendrick Perkins thing happened, where Embiid, you know, or when Kendrick Perkins said the thing about Jokic, you know, I really thought Jokic was gonna win MVP. After that, I really felt like the politics ruined that whole conversation, and Embiid got it. Not saying that Embiid didn't deserve it, because he was also my choice for MVP right at the end of the year. Like, last day, I'm like, all right, this guy Embiid really, really, really sold his case, in my opinion, and had a good reason to win it. But Jokic, I thought he was the MVP before all that happened, and then after, a lot of people thought it was Embiid. I still thought it was Jokic until like the end of the season, for real. But I was talking, and I remember I was talking to my little brother about it, and I was talking about how Jokic really has a chance to three-peat MVP, then win the finals. And a lot, when I said the idea to a lot of people, they're like, you know, it wasn't even about the MVP. They were like, okay, but is he really gonna win the finals? You got teams like the Suns, the Lakers, the Warriors, like, all that didn't matter. The Grizzlies, like, all that does not matter anymore, because Jokic and the Nuggets went through all of them, steamrolled every team. They were very commanding in every series. They swept the Lakers. They won in 5 here. They beat the Suns, I think, in 6, and they beat Timberwolves in 5, dude. They really have done a lot. Jamal Murray, they're literally crying. I've heard Jamal Murray's a real big piece of shit in real life. Every fan that's met him says that he's a piece of shit. But I'm glad that he got his victory. You know, I was a big Jamal Murray fan in the bubble until I knew about, like, how much of, like, an asshole he was. So it's good to see that he's also happy. I mean, but I think for me, oh man, Aaron Gordon, dude. NBA champ Aaron Gordon, dude. As someone that had watched him since he was here in Orlando, dude, like, because I haven't been a basketball fan for so long, but I've been alive and I lived in Orlando pretty much all my life. So seeing this guy, you know, doing his thing here, there in Denver, and winning a chip with them is honestly super special. Seeing KCP too, even though seeing KCP win again, seeing that he won with the Lakers 2 years ago, is also super dope. Michael Porter Jr., Christian Brown as a rookie winning a chip and really contributing to this team, bringing them that Game 3 win. Like this is a good win, and it's been a great series. I don't really have much to say. KCP was literally just thug shaking, which is crazy. Yeah, man, that's all I really have to say. It's been a long video, and I felt like I said a whole lot of nothing. But Denver Nuggets 2023 NBA champions, dude. Nikola Jokic is the freaking GOAT.